Conservative media completely supports the attack on the Capitol on January 6th. At least that's what it appears. Newsmax, Blaze TV, Timcast, Steven Crowder, Ben Shapiro, Officer Tatum, Project Veritas, Conservative Twins, and the Rubin Report all support the attack on the Capitol. I'm going to provide you the evidence to support my wild claim. And then I want you to provide me with a alternative explanation. So watch the video, see the evidence that I'm going to present, and I want you to, as Crowder would say, change my mind. First of all, let's start with the fundamentals. On January 6th, the Capitol was attacked. On the 6th and the 7th, most conservative channels posted at least one video. They all mentioned it. They all covered their asses by claiming to condemn the violence. However, Joe Biden condemned Antifa once he was pressed enough times. Then he did really nothing. Now he's been president. What has he done about Antifa? Nothing. Politicians will condemn whatever you want them to. Just like Trump literally even said, he's like, who do you want me to condemn? I'll condemn whoever. Politicians are snakes. They will say whatever they need to say to get through the day. Yes, it rhymes. So the important thing that you need to look at is, do they preemptively condemn things? And do they actively condemn things? Or are they only condemning it when pressed or when they really feel like they have to? Ever since the 6th and the 7th, conservative media has been completely censoring the Capitol attack. They haven't shown the many videos that have come out. They haven't covered the many stories that have come out. They haven't talked about the two officers that committed suicide. They haven't talked about the officer who was killed. Now, don't get me wrong. They may have mentioned things here and there, maybe in a 1 hour live stream, but they haven't posted content. Like, you won't see in conservative media, 2 more officers died from the Capitol attack. Like, that won't be a video. They're not going to post about it. They want to suppress it, cover it up. The same way liberal media suppresses domestic terrorism from Antifa and sometimes Black Lives Matter. There's been dozens and dozens of stories that conservative media has been ignoring. But now, today, we can officially see that they support the Capitol attack. Observe. This is day 2 of the impeachment. Yesterday, early, I posted a video and predicted that conservative media would not really cover the impeachment trial. They've been avoiding covering the attack. Why would they start now? I said that they would avoid covering it, and if they did anything, all they would do is show things that protect Trump and suppress anything else. And they would do a lot of framing, present things like, oh, this is theater, or oh, this is nonsense, or oh, the Democrats are because of revenge, and oh, look what the Democrats did before. They're just a bunch of hypocrites. They would do everything else but show their audience the truth. Take a look. This is Newsmax. Rather than posting the impeachment trial so their viewers can see the trial for themselves and decide for themselves, all they've done is provide cover for Trump, who's not even president anymore. How silly this impeachment is. The Dems are scared of 2024. Dangers of misleading America. I don't know what that video is about. It's all theater. Now, it's fine for them to have an opinion, but why not report on a story? Why is everything that they talk about in defense of Trump? Is this the Trump network, or is this supposed to be news? A hyper-partisan right now listening to this video is thinking CNN does the same thing. I'm sure they do. However, we're talking about Newsmax right now. Stay focused. Blaze TV, they did exactly what I said they would do. A bunch of framing videos. They post the president's lawyers and they frame it in a way where lawyer drops bomb, Trump lawyer flips the script, impeachment, libs don't need facts. Let me just show you something for comparison. This is CNN. It's filled with propaganda and it can be very, very partisan. Look at what they did. They posted videos of Trump's attorneys, unedited, no commentary, with a basic title: Trump's lawyers argues against the constitutionality of the trial. So you're able to come to a partisan network like CNN, get the actual facts. This is the guy speaking, unedited, and they don't taint it with some crazy title. So you can come here, click on this, and see for yourself Trump's attorney. Notice that Blaze TV was only showing you Trump's attorneys. They were only showing you things that make Trump look good or in defense of Trump, as if they're working for Trump. Here is CNN, a very partisan network, left-leaning, showing Trump's attorney speaking unedited, basic title. Next to it, we see the same thing with the Democrats doing the same thing. So if you want to find out what really happened and you don't want propaganda, you're actually able to get that from a propaganda network like CNN. But no conservative channel, other than maybe Fox News, is showing their audience what really happened. And think how easy this is. They just uploaded a part of the trial, unedited, raw video, clean title. CNN, horrible CNN. And what are they premiering right now while the trial is going on? Another hit piece on Biden about COVID. Now, keep in mind, today, in my view, was a devastating day. What was presented today was devastating. I believe we're actually going to get more Republicans to flip. I think Trump is still going to get off, but it was bad today. So what that means is you're going to get even less coverage from conservative media. And that's what you're seeing here. These videos are from yesterday. Today, where they really showed some, wow, the raw clips that you can see what happened. Evidence in terms of what Trump did and what Trump said. It does not look good for Trump. Now, you can call it theater all you want, but what was presented today was the evidence and the facts at hand. They showed you the raw clips. They showed you what Trump said. It's all there. As expected, Blaze TV, yesterday posting a couple of pro-Trump angles. That was one thing, but today, they don't want to post anything. Tim Cast, a guy who has been, and this is I believe one of the reasons why they don't want to cover this stuff, because many of these guys were pushing the same narrative that led people to the Capitol in the first place. Stop the steal, the election was stolen, and they all play their little games, just asking questions. Manipulation, propaganda, gaslighting, doublespeak, all the techniques. Tim Pool was definitely part of that, with the Trump can win videos. And then hedges himself, well, I don't know, some of the stuff I don't know, but it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff, and we should look into it, right? He is one of the largest political commentators on the conservative side, even though he pretends not to be. The impeachment trial is going on. Where is all the footage? He posted more about AOC. It seems that he wants to post about the impeachment. Like the other channels, framing, CNN freaking out as Trump impeachment trial begins. Ratings drop, desperation is sad and hilarious. So rather than cover the actual impeachment trial, he's making fun of CNN. Why is he afraid to cover the impeachment trial? And we're going to get back to my original statement of that they support the attack. Steven Crowder, another one who was big on pushing the election stolen, and he's still pushing that stuff. Yet somehow his channel's still up. So what does he do? Yesterday, he does a live stream. And look at the title, Sham Live Stream. Impeachment Sham Live Stream. The whole time he's talking over the video, framing. Oh, this is nonsense, and the Democrats this, and hey, the Democrats did the same thing. Doesn't want to show his audience. Like, regardless of what his opinion is, show the facts, show what happened, report on the story. If this was an Antifa attack, like they've covered many Antifa videos, and they will post a video about Antifa burnt down a building. Antifa surrounded a car, right? They'll show the thumbnail, big title, Antifa throwing Molotov cocktails, right? And you go in the video and look at this is disgusting, and he's leftist, blah, blah, and blah, blah, blah. I have not seen a single video from any of these conservative channels, other than, ironically, Newsmax. Sean Spicer went nuts. But generally speaking, I have not seen any videos where they go in on these guys who attacked the Capitol. Look, these people crushing the police. This is disgusting. Oh, look at this. Look at them sticking people with the fly. Like, so many clips that came out. Normally, they would take those clips, post them on their channel, and then the title will be something about the crazy thing that happened. Nancy Pelosi's laptop stolen, and they try to sell it to Russia. Today, they arrested a fireman. FBI investigation finds that they actually did intend to kill Pence. We don't see these videos. The same people who covered every little Black Lives Matter Antifa violence ignored the peaceful protests, right? Because both things happened. They claim that they support peaceful protests, won't report on it. Just want to report on the violence. They claim that they condemn the attack on the Capitol, won't report on the Capitol and condemn it, right? They claim that it's disgusting to them. It's so disgusting to them that they don't want to talk about it. Because remember, they're disgusted by Antifa and Black Lives Matter when they do stuff. And because they're disgusted by it, they report on it because it's something they really care about. They claim to care about the attack on the Capitol. This was disgusting, attacking on the Capitol. Yet dozens and dozens of stories have come out since the Capitol. They have been silent. We are in day 2 of the impeachment trial. A lot of new information has come out. They refuse to report on it. All they want to do is frame. Oh, this is ridiculous. It's theater. Maybe it is. But why won't you show your audience what actually happened and let them decide for themselves? Why is conservative media so desperate to push a narrative on their audience? Almost like liberal media hyper-focusing on the peaceful protests and ignoring the domestic terrorism that happened last summer. Every time there's some violence burning out, whatever, all of a sudden liberal media, they run and hide. Lots of videos about the peaceful protests. And the crazy thing is conservative media talked about, oh, liberal media, they don't want to talk about Antifa. They're hypocrites. Meanwhile, at the same time, they're doing the same thing right now. Another Crowder channel, impeachment trial question and answer. So again, rather than showing the impeachment trial, a 14-minute video, which is all framing, all spin, all protecting Donald Trump, or maybe themselves, because they are part of the reason why the Capitol was attacked in the first place. That is a fact. The people attacked the Capitol because they believed the election was stolen. These ideas were amplified by conservative media. They may play all the games they want about, oh, we didn't say it was stolen. We just said, there's a lot of suspicious things. And games, manipulation, propaganda. Ben Shapiro. So he does a 1-hour video 5 hours ago. So that means he couldn't possibly have covered today's because it's still going right now. But let's take a look. Does he actually show the impeachment trial, or is it all framing?
That charge in the article of
So if you look at the thumbnails as we scrub through, you can see most of this is him talking. So this is a propaganda piece, clearly. He spent an hour, and it's mostly Ben Shapiro. What do you think Ben Shapiro is doing? You think he's just reporting on what happened verbatim? He's got it all in his head? Hours and hours of testimony? Bottom line is, you're not going to see the impeachment trial on this channel. You're not going to know what really happened on this channel. All you're going to see is Ben Shapiro's framing of it. Remember, Propaganda CNN gave you the raw clips, clean titles. Officer Tatum, this guy, now I am being a little bit hyperbolic when I say they support the attack on the Capitol. I think it's more that they're trying to separate themselves because they know that they have part of the blame. They also know that some of their audience supports the attack. So that puts them in a sticky situation. So I don't literally mean that they necessarily support the attack on the Capitol. I do know that they don't have a problem with the attack on the Capitol enough to report on it. Clearly, there's other things that are more important to them than the attack on the Capitol. Officer Tatum, it's not hyperbolic. He literally posted a video in support of the attack on the Capitol. And now, notice that he is the most disconnected from the impeachment trial. Remember, my theory, I believe that they know that they are part to blame. So they want to distance themselves. So the guy who openly actually supported it, he is giving virtually no coverage, right? No coverage. You see that? The guy who directly supported it is the one who doesn't want to cover it at all. The ones who kind of played little games and dancing around, they do the little snippets and framing and show Trump's attorneys only. Very, very partisan. But the deeper they are connected to it, the less they want to talk about it. Tim Cast. This is a guy who loves to post about Antifa, any violence they do. He doesn't want to talk about a police officer getting crushed. He doesn't want to talk about 2 police officers committing suicide. He doesn't want to report on all the things that we found out from the Capitol attack.